Царю Небесний, Отче, який живе зі всею чаю, спаляєшся кровищу благ. Жизни подателю прийде і целище мене, чисто від всяких скверних спаси, блаже душі наші. Слава вічний Богу на землі. Слава вічний Богу. Господи, возвіщать хвалу Твою. Вітай між нами, Христе, вітай. Щає ти, сей час гостинний, невиннім серце відтіни, ти наше сонце життя і рай. Вітай між нами, Христе, вітай. Благословене царство Отця і Сина і Святого Духа, і нині повсякчас, і на віки вічні.
Амінь.
Мирі Господу помолимся.
Господи, помилуй.
За мир з висот, спасіння душ наших, Господу помолимся.
Господи, помилуй.
Мир цілого світу, добрий стайн, святих Божий церков, і жертвування всіх Господеві помолимся.
Господи, помилуй.
За святий храм сей тих, що з вірою, побожністю і страхом Божим, ходять до нього, Господу помолимся.
Господи, помилуй.
Святішого Вселенського, аркієрея наша Франческа, Папу Римського, Господеві помолимся.
Господи, помилуй.
Блаженнішого Верховного архієпископа наша Кир Святослава, архієпископа Кир Бориса, Кир Івана, Кир Андрея, чесне презвітерство, християнство, весь притча і людей Господеві помолимся.
Господи, помилуй.
За Богом бережений наш народ, за правління і все військо Господеві помолимся.
Господи, помилуй.
За місто це, кожне місто і країн, за тих людей, що вірою живуть в них. Господу помолимся.
Господи, помилуй.
Добре поліття рожає плодів земних, часи мирний Господеві помолимся.
Господи, помилуй.
За тих людей, що плавають, подорожують, за недужих, страждаючих і полонених, і за спасення їх, Господеві помолимся.
Господи, помилуй.
Визволите же нам від всякої скорби і гніву і нужди, Господеві помолимся.
Господи, помилуй.
Заступи, спаси, помилуй, хорони нас, Боже, Твоєю благодать.
Господи,
Пресвяту, пречисту, преблагословен, славну владичицю нашу Богородицю, Христу Діву Марію, всімащими помилуйся сам себе, Христу Богу віддаємо.
Тобі, Господи.
Належить всяка слава, честь і поклін, що і Сину, і Святому, нині повсякчас на віки вічні.
Амінь.
Воскріпи, Господи, щасливе, співай імені Його, віддай славу хвали Його.
Молитвами
Богородице, спаси нас. Скажіть Богові, як страшно була Твій, за великі сили сили, і лежиш тобі благи Твій. Молитвами Богородице, спаси нас. Щас і нехай поклониться Тобі, і співає Тобі, нехай співає імені Твоєму сердечні. Молитвами Богородице, спаси нас. Слава Отцю і Сину і Святому Духові, і нині повсякчас
Господеві помолимся.
Господи, помилуй.
Заступи, спаси, помилуй, хорони нас, Боже, Твоєю благодаті.
Господи, помилуй.
Пресвяту, пречисту, преблагословен, славну владичицю нашу Богородицю, Пресну Діву Марію, всіма, що Тебе помінувши сам себе, Христу Богу віддаємо.
Тобі, Господи.
Ти благий чоловіколюбець, Бог єси, Тобі славу осилаєм, Чуї Сину і Святому, нині повсякчас на віки вічні.
Амінь. Прийди, радуйся, заспіваємо, Господи. Господи, Богу, спаси наш. Спаси нас, Сину Божий, що воскрес із мертвих, слава Тобі. Алілуя. Прийди, похвалити, величного, і саме Господи землю. Спаси нас, Сину Божий, що воскрес із мертвих, слава Тобі. Алілуя. Бог великий Господь, і сам великий Божий землі. Спаси нас, Сину Божий, що воскрес із мертвих, слава Тобі. Алілуя.
Премудріш, будьмо уважні.
Прийди, помолімся, і припади Господа. Спаси
Нас, Сине Божий, що воскрес із мертвих, співаємо Тобі.
Hallelujah. Let the heavens be glad, and let the earth rejoice, for the Lord has done a mighty deed with his hand. He trampled death by death. He became the firstborn of the dead. He saved us from the abyss of hell, and granted the great mercy to the world. Glory to the Father, and the Son, and the Holy Spirit, now and forever and ever. Amen. He rose from the tomb of mercy, Lord, and led us out of the gates of death. Today our need exalt, as the prophets along with the Parish sing out divine might their power.
О, Ти святий єси, Боже наш, Тобі славу воссилаємо, що і Сину, і Святому Духу, нині повсякчас, віки вічні. Час на віки вічні. Амінь. Святий, безсмертний, помилуй нас. Святий, Боже, святий, безсмертний, премудріш, будьмо уважні.
Sing to our God, sing. Sing to our King, sing.
Премудріш.
A lesson from St. Paul to the Romans.
Будьмо уважні.
Brethren, now you have been delivered from the bondage of sin and have become the servants of righteousness. I am using human terms because of the weakness of your flesh. In the past, you dedicated the members of your bodies in the service of impurity and to greater and greater iniquity. But now you have dedicated the members of your bodies to the service of righteousness and sanctification. When you were slaves of sin, you were free of the burdens of righteousness. But what benefit did you derive at that time from those practices which now make you blush? The result was death. However, now that you've been delivered from the bondage of sin and have become the servants of God, the benefit you derive is sanctification, and the final result will be eternal life. The penalty of sin is death, but the gift of God is everlasting life in Jesus Christ our Lord.
Oi, 50. Vemos Kurkova. Слухаймо, що Євангелія мир всім. От Матея Святого Євангелія читання. Surrounded by a great crowd of his followers who listened to him teach on the mountain. And as he was going into the city of Capernaum about lunchtime, there was a Roman officer, a centurion, came up to him with this request. He said, "Sir, my serving boy is at home, paralyzed in bed, suffering great torment and pain." And he stopped. And Jesus said, "Look, I will come. I will come and cure him right now." And the centurion waved his hand. He said, "No, sir, please, please. I'm not worthy to have you come to my house, under my roof. Can't you just give the order, and my boy will get better? I'm a man under authority myself. I have many hundreds troops assigned to me. If I give one man the order, dismiss, off he goes. If I say to another man, come here, he comes. If I even tell my servant, do this, he does this at once." Now Jesus was so amazed and shocked at the faith of this pagan, this Roman soldier. He remarked to his followers, "I assure you," he told the apostles, "I've never seen such faith in all of Israel." Remember what I tell you, many will come from the east and the west and find a place at the banquet hall in the kingdom of God with Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. But the natural heirs of the kingdom of Israel will be driven out into the darkness where there will be wailing and grinding of teeth. And to the centurion Jesus said, "Sir, go home now. It shall be done because you trusted." At that very moment, a runner came up to the crowd and called out for all to hear, the boy has been cured." Everybody.
Morning, Father Ron.
Welcome everybody here today, and all of our listeners, all of our viewers out there in computer land, and hope you're having a beautiful Sunday morning like we're having here in Bridgeport. We're, of course, live streaming today, Sunday morning. And next week, I think Danny says we're going to live stream on Saturday. Is that correct? All right, Danny said yes. Danny is our beautiful technician who does all the live streaming for us. And we would be in the dark without Danny, right? Living in the dark. Sounds like a Springsteen title there. Living in the darkness. You know all about that, fellow. How about it? Russell will tell you about Springsteen. He's a Jersey boy. That's it. So welcome everybody here. Now, got some good news. We're going to start on the roof tomorrow. Our beautiful roofing company, Cooper, is going to be here. In 3-4 days, they're going to put a brand new roof. Maybe some new gutters, maybe. Chris, what do you think? Chris is here today. Thank God for Chris. He's in charge of he's our property administrator here. Knows how to fix everything back there. We're going to get a new door pretty soon too, right? Good enough. Good enough. So that's tomorrow. And if you'd like to help us out, we still need a few bucks. Just send a note and a card and a check perhaps to St. Peter and Paul Church. Peter and Paul Church, P.O. Box 126, Bridgeport, PA 19405. Box 126, zip 19405. Now we have 3 obituaries here for you for this week. A wonderful woman who came out of Minersville. Martha Dinich died this week over in the nursing home, and we're going to have a service for her on the 9th of July, Thursday morning, service for Martha on the 9th of July. And second obituary would be for Mr. Alfred Kasha, nice Italian fella, so smart. He married a beautiful Ukrainian lady. How about that? And Al was 90 years old, 91 years old, I think. And our service for Al is going to be on Tuesday, not here, but at the cemetery about 1 o'clock on Tuesday. And our good neighbor Johnny died. Johnny Zalomi from 5th Street, and the service, I think, is being held this week upstate in Bethlehem, PA. Praying for Johnny as well. The liturgy today is for Danilo. Praying for Danilo. Tato, Chidido, Tata. Svitlana. We're praying for Svitlana as well. Praying for Bezovsky family. Now, next week is going to be a big week here in our church. We're going to celebrate, of course, some way we can with the rest of the country, the 4th of July, Independence Day, and we're going to celebrate our parish feast day, Peter and Paul, next weekend. Now, I got some good news from our website master, mistress, Denise. We have a beautiful website, terrific. If you haven't seen this website, check it out. Everything on there you might be interested. We got pictures of our family of foxes who live here. We got pictures, half of you folks, if you haven't seen it. And so far, last 6 weeks, right? 8,500 hits. 8,500 hits, just imagine. Ako na sabi osoba, tam Popivchak. If one person turns it on, there could be 2-3 watching. Just imagine. Ronnie, ain't that something? 8,500 hits. Because we're the only live streamer in the area. Even Chris don't have that many hits, right, Chris? And you're a famous guy. You're world famous. And so, typically for this service today, this morning, we'll get maybe 300 plus hits, Danny tells me, and that's families. So you're looking at 800-900 people. And Saturday night is about the same, perhaps as many as 1,000 people on Saturday night, because you can count the number of units have been turned on, and how many people, 2-3 people per unit. So we're doing well. And going into the rest of the summer, we're probably going to do one week Saturday, another week Sunday. So we'll alternate. Now, one of the amazing things about this gospel today is it's the only time, all 4 gospels, where Jesus becomes astonished. Таке здивований. Не може He can't imagine. This pagan, this Roman soldier, right, comes up to him, kneels down, and asks for help. Not for himself, not even for his family, for a servant boy. Just imagine, well, you listen, for a servant. Goes up, this pagan Roman goes up to this Jewish rabbi, Jesus, and looks for help, begs, in public. In public. Today, you know, if that were the case, he would send out a quiet email, you know. He goes in public. You imagine how embarrassed he must have been? Because they don't even talk to each other, the Romans and the Jews. The Jews are persecuted by the Romans. 2 decades later, the Romans burned down their city, destroyed half the people. But this Roman soldier walks up to Jesus. In a colina cross, aby Isus Christos uzdravljal jeho sluhu. So it's the most amazing thing I've ever seen. I read the Gospels a lot, and this still amazes me. You know, the swallowing his pride, begging for his little boy who's a servant, to help get him better, get him well. He pleads with Jesus Christ. And so the people are shocked. They don't say a word. They watch in amazement. And Jesus says, I'm shocked. I've never been so amazed by the faithful person. And this Roman soldier teaches us the meaning of faith. Embarrasses himself, public, proclaims his belief in Jesus Christ. Most beautiful story. Beautiful story. So if you want to check it out, it's the 8th chapter of Matthew. Read it yourself at home, and you will be equally amazed when you imagine this large group, hundreds of people, this Roman centurion, like a general, you know, busts through the crowd, kneels down, he begs on his knees, Jesus for help. People are shocked. And Jesus says, because of your faith, the boy is cured. It's a beautiful story. But I have a personal brief story about faith to tell you how strong faith that I witnessed in my life. We, back home in Carnegie, we had a priest there, wonderful priest. Some of you folks might remember him, old Father Donaldchuk. I know Boris remembers him, perhaps Chris. Yaroslav Donaldchuk out there in Carnegie. He was a big, strapping, tough guy, you know, big football fan, you know, and big, cigar smoker. And I was in the seminary. I was about 18, maybe 18 and a half. And he calls me up Friday night, summertime, like June, like late in June. He says, Ronnie, I need some help. He said, you come down tomorrow morning, early. We've got a job to do. I said, fine. And I went down the next morning. His church was about 5 blocks away, but it was downhill, so I never mind going to church. It was that road home that used to kill me. And he said, we have to go into Pittsburgh, because we got word there's a priest in Pittsburgh who lost his parish in Ukraine and got over here to the country, and he's down and out, and he was so upset. He didn't know anybody, couldn't speak English, so he started drinking a little bit, and he became homeless. And he's so embarrassed, he can't get back on his feet. And we got word that this priest who's lost is somewhere in Pittsburgh in Skid Row. He said, so you're going to drive me, and I'm going to look for this priest. I have an idea. They told me he was a shorter fellow named Ivan, Otets Ivan. So I got in the car, and he had this big black Cadillac, like an Undertaker car, you know. I like driving that car. Everybody looking at you driving down the street. So I drove him all the way to Pittsburgh, 10 miles, and he said, I got the itinerary. We're going to go to the bus stations first. So I drove him to the Greyhound, and I drove him to the Trailways, and I drove him to the general bus depot there. He would go out, he would look around, you know, see if he fit the description. Short, black hair, fellow about 5'8", white fellow with blue eyes or whatever. And he he would come out. He said, Ronnie, no good, he's not there. And he would call his name. Every place he went, he would call, Oche Ivan, Father Johnny, Father John, Oche Vasha. Call his name. Now, finally, we go through all the bus stations. We started on the railroad stations because Pittsburgh was a real big railway hub. You know, it had the big Pensy station, had the B&O station, had the Washington, Ohio station. It had like, there was a substation for the New York Central there. All these railroad stations. And we had to go to every one. And I'm driving, parking, sitting in the car waiting for, and he would come out. And he said, Ronnie, we have to pray some more. I can't find him. He said, I can't quit. I believe. So we're praying in the car. We get to the next. And somebody said we have to check out Skid Row down by the railroad tracks, where the hobos go. So we started doing that. We had a map. One of the station masters gave us a little map. And we're looking. It's getting late. And see, it's Friday night. No, what was it? Saturday night, right? I had a date Saturday night. See, but I don't want to tell the priest. You can understand why. I mean, they fired me. And so I had to find a phone to call the young lady up and says, I can't make it tonight. And she was very disappointed. And she swore never to see me again, besides some other words she used. And girls get upset when you cancel a date last minute. You guys all know that, right? You know that, right? You don't know it? Or everybody in the back knows it. Very upset. So I'm getting upset all over, right? I'm upset because I can't see one of my new girlfriends there. And we're not doing anything. I'm sitting in this stupid car. And finally he said, let's go down here. He says, come on with me. Pray some more, Ronnie. Pray some more. And we get to the railroad siding there. It's dark, getting dark. About 9 o'clock out in Pittsburgh, and there's fellows here had a fire going. They're cooking their hobo or soup or something. He's calling out, Oche Ivane, Oche Ivane. And finally a guy stands up down the tracks. And he looks, he said, maybe that's him. And we go down there, myself and the priest, Father Russell, and Russell looks him in the eye. And he said, Te Otets. Te Otets Ivan? Are you Father Johnny? And this fellow starts to cry. He don't say a word. He's crying his eyes out. And he finally says, talk. And Father Russell says, he opens his arm like this, opens his arm. He takes this fellow in. And this fella, when you see a grown man cry, right? Some of them are good criers. And some, you barely whimper. This man was the best crier I ever seen. He was crying. His tears were coming down that he was found. He was found. And screaming, Yahweh. And Father Russell started to cry when he saw all this. And I wasn't too interested in their crying because I'm a young lad and I'm still thinking about the date I lost, But I've never seen such faith in this priest, Father Russell. He didn't give up. He looked all the way from dawn till dusk. Look for this lost priest. And he kept saying, Ronnie, pray some more, pray some more. And finally we found this. And his name was Father John. I'll tell you in private his last name. Some of you may know him. And for 6 months, he lived in a rectory in our house. And Father Russell, my pastor, bought him suits and bought him cassocks and bought him clothing, underwear, everything he needed, taught him, and got a barber to help him out with his hair and stuff. And finally, they gave him a parish. He became the best priest imaginable out there in the suburbs of Pittsburgh. People loved this man. Didn't know anything about him. He was sent there to serve the parish, right? People loved this man. Loved this man that was saved by my pastor. Just imagine. Because presluha, the service that Father Russell did to this fellow. Saved him. From alcoholism, from homelessness, from the dirty skid row along the railroad track. Just imagine, will you listen to me? The faith that Jesus would help us find this lost priest. Lost priest. And so, you want to know faith. I've seen faith. My faith wasn't as strong. I'm about 18 years old, right? What do I know about faith? This old priest, Father Russell, Donald він був святець. Boris, I've never seen a priest like that. Він так любив священство, так шанував священство. He was just a beautiful man. And he saved this fellow by his faith. And so faith is so important. It'll save you. It'll save those around you. It'll raise you up. It'll keep you healthy. It'll give you love in your life, hope in your mind and your dreams. Faith is so powerful, a reality. It'll change you, pick you up, give you grace, love, and hope. Pray that you have faith like that, because your life will be happy. Your family will be happy. All your friends will be happy. Як ви маєте таку віру, що той сотник мав і той мій паруб мав. Віра. Така міцна річ. Що то є гарантія доброго життя і спокійної смерті. Спокійної смерті. Амінь. Во ім'я Отця і Сина і Святого Духа. Амінь. Слава Ісусу Христу!
Слава Богу!
Промовимо ми всієї душі і всієї мислої нашої промовимо. Господи, Господи Ісусе Христе, Боже Отців наших, молимось Тобі, слухай, помилуй. Помилуй нас, Боже, з великої милости Твоєї, молимось Тобі, слухай нас і помилуй.
Господи, помилуй.
І ще молимо за святішого Вселенського, архієрея Франческа, Папу Римського, блаженнішого Верховного, Святослава, митрополита нашого Кір Бориса, Кір Івана, Кір Андрея, за тих людей, що служать, послужили ще тому храмі цьому, отців наш духовник, все окресні брати наші.
Господи, помилуй. Господи, помилуй. Господи.
І ще молимо за Богом бережені наш народ, за правління і за все військо.
Господи, помилуй. Господи, помилуй. Господи.
І ще молимо за ту присутних людей, що чекають від Тебе великі, багаті милості, тих, що творять нам милості, всі православних християнів.
Господи, помилуй. Господи, помилуй. Господи.
Милостивий чоловіколюбець, Бог єси Тобі славу славим, що і Сину, і Святому, нині повсякчас на віки вічні.
Амінь.
Премудрий, щоби під владою Твоєю завжди бережно. Ми Тобі славу воссилали, що і Сину, і Святому Дух, нині повсякчас, віки вічні.
Амінь.
Секта нині повсякчас на віки вічні. Ісполним молитву нашу, Господи. Ісполним молитву нашу, Господеві. Предложені чесні дарі, Господеві, помолімся. За святий храм сей і вірю, побожністю і страхом Божим ходять до нього. Господу помолимся. Визволите ж нам від всякої скорби і гніву і нужди, Господеві помолимся.
Господи, помилуй.
Щедрот єдинородного Сина Твоєго, що з ним благословенся, пресвятим благим животворним Твоїм Дух, нині і повсякчас на віки вічні.
Амінь.
Мир всім! Возлюбім один одного, однодумно визнавати.
Отця і Сина і Святого Духа, Тройці
Doors, the doors in wisdom. Let's all now pay attention. I believe in one God.
The Father Almighty, maker of heaven and earth, and all the seen and unseen. I believe in one Lord Jesus Christ, the only Son of God, eternally begotten of the Father, light from light, true God from true God, begotten not made, one in being with the Father, through all things were made. For us men, for our salvation, he came down from heaven. By the power of the Holy Spirit, he was born of the Virgin Mary and gave man. For our sake, he was crucified under Pontius Pilate. He suffered, died, and was buried. On the third day, he rose again, in fulfillment of the Scriptures. He ascended into heaven and is seated at the right hand of God. He will come again in glory to judge the living and the dead, and his kingdom will have no end. I believe in the Holy Spirit, the Lord, giver of life, who proceeds from the Father. For the Father and the Son, he is worshipped and glorified. He has spoken through the prophets. I believe in one holy Catholic and Apostolic Church. I acknowledge one baptism for forgiveness of sins. I believe in the resurrection of the dead and life of the world to come. Amen.
Стаймо гідно, стаймо і страхом, будьмо уважні, щоби святе приношення в мірі приносити. Благодар Господа нашого Ісуса Христа, со любов Божа і причастя Святого, нехай буде со всіми вами. Горімі їм серця, благодарім Господа. Переможню пісню співаючи, кликаючи, зиваючи, пробоваючи. Son, Holy Spirit, the Son of the world, the only begotten Son, lives and might not perish, but have eternal life. After he came and fulfilled the whole divine plan for our sake, and then he was given over. Rather, he gave himself for the life of the world, took bread in his most great man, and his gave time his mercies. And he gave holy disciples and apostles, saying, це є тіло моє, що за вас ламається на відпущення гріхів. Пійте із неї всі, це є кров моя нового завіту, що за вас за батьок проливається на відпущення гріхів. Твоє від твоїх, тобі приносимо за всіх і за все. Тобі духовну, скромну службу. Просим, молим, благаємо, зійшли Духа Твого на нас. На ці дари, що перед нами, на ці дари, що перед нами. Сотвори хліб сей чесним тілом Христа Твоєго, а те, що в чаші сці чесний кров Христа Твоєго, перетворивши Духом Твоїм святим, особливо за пресвяту, пречисту, преблагословен славну владичицю нашу Богородицю, пресну Діву і Марію. We celebrate it for all your saints. Through their supplication, visit us, O God, when we're all fallen asleep. In the hope of rising, grant them resting place of light on your commons. We pray to you, remember, O Lord, the entire history, find the word of the truth, the entire priesthood, the diacony in Christ, every sacred order. We offer this rational worship for the whole world, Holy Catholic Apostolic Church, for those who live chaste and holy lives. Перше пом'яні, Господи, святішого Вселенського, архієрея Франческа, Папу Римського, блаженнішого Верховного, архієпископа великого нашого Кир Святослава, преосвященнішого митрополита нашого Кир Бориса, Кир Андрея, і дай їх святим Твоїм церквам, щоб мирі чилі чесні, здорово, довголітно і правильно навчали Слово Твоє істини. Дай нам єдиними устами, єдиним серцем славити, оспівувати пречесне, величне ім'я Твоє, Отця і Сина і Святого Духа, нині повсякчас, віки вічний. Хай будуть милости великого Бога Спаса нашого Ісуса Христа со всіми вами. Святий, пом'янувши ще і ще в мірі Господеві, помолімся.
Господи, помилуй.
Несені, освячені, чесні дарі, Господеві, помолімся.
Господи, помилуй.
Чоловіко, любець Бог наш, прийнявши святий, наднебесний, духовний, свій жертовник, приємний запах духовний зі славного божественного благодать і дар Святого Духа, помолімся. Визволитися нам від всякої скорби і гніву і нужди, Господеві, помолімся.
Господи, помилуй.
Заступи, спаси, помилуй, хорони нас, Боже, Твоєю благодатію.
Господи, помилуй.
Явшо досконало, що мирно і безгрішно, Господа проси. Ангела миру, вір наставника, охоронця душ і ті наші, Господа проси. Прощення і відпущення ріків, прорішень нашого, Господа проси. Доброго пожиточа для душ наших і миру для світу, Господа проси. Стани чашите нашого мірі покаяння скінчити, Господа проси. Християнське кончене життя нашого безболісної, бездоганної, мирної, добродвіту на страшному суді Христовому проси. Єдність вірі і причастя Святого Духа, випросивши самі себе один одного, все життя наш Христу Бог віддаймо. Тобі нас, владико, сміливістю неосудно, смійте призивати Тебе і небесна Божа, і мовити. Отче наш, царство і сила, і слава Отця і Сина, і Святого Духа, нині повсякчас, віки вічні. Мир сій. Голови ваш Господеві приклоніте. Дякуємо тобі, Цар невидимий, незмірно Твоє. Therefore, Master, make smooth the ways that lie before us. Sail with the sailors, travel with the travelers, heal the sick, doctor of our souls and bodies. Through the grace, благодать і щедрот, День родного Сина Твого, яким Ти благословенися, пресвятим благим і животвором Твоїм, нині повсякчас, віки вічні. Боже милости будь миріш, Боже милости будь миріш, Боже милости будь миріш. Помним святая, святая и святым. I believe, O Lord, and confess
that you are truly Christ, the Son of the living God, who came into the world to save sinners, of whom I am first. Accept me this day, O Son of God, as a partaker of mystical supper. I will not tell the mysteries to your enemies, nor like to give gifts as the Jews, but like the thief I confess to you. Remember me, O Lord, when you come into your kingdom. Remember me, O Master, when you come into your kingdom. Remember me, O Holy One, when you come into your kingdom. May the partaking of holy mysteries, O Lord, be unto me not for judgment or condemnation, but for the healing of soul and body. God, be merciful to me, a sinner. God, cleanse me of my sins and have mercy on me. I have sinned without number. Forgive me, O Lord.
Страхом Божим вірю, приступіте.
Live.
Боже, люди Твоя, і благослови спадкоємство Твоє. Час і на віки вічні.
Амінь. Нехай Господь уста наші, прагнення Господи, щоб відчували славу Твою, подивку до нас причасті, тиша, святих Твоїх Божественних безсмертних, і животворних тайн, збережи нас у Твоїй святині, безмір повчатися правді Твої. Алілуя,
Ісполни молитву нашу Господеві.
Господи,
Заступи, спаси, помилуй, хорони нас, Боже, Твоєю благодать.
Господи,
День увесь досконалий, що Ти мирний, безгрішний, випросивши самі себе, один одного і все життя наше, Христу Богу віддаємо. Ти є освячення наше, Тобі славу воссилаємо, Отцю і Сину і Святому Духу, нині повсякчас на віки вічні.
Амінь.
Во мирі вейдім, Господеві помолимся. Господи, Господи, Ти благословляєш тих, що Тебе благословив, і освячуєш тих, що на Тебе надіються. Спаси людей Твоїх і благослови спадкоємство Твоє, повноту церкви Твоєї охорони, освяти тих, що люблять красу Твого дому. Ти прослав Божественною силою Твоєю, не залиши нас, що надіємось на Тебе, і мир світлий Твоєму, і даруй церквам Твоїм, і єреям, і Богом. Бережемо наш народові правлінню і всім людям Твоїм, бо всяке добре давання, всякий звершений дар, з висоти є, що сходить від Тебе, Отця світла, Тобі славу, подяку, поклін засилаєм, що і Сину, і Святому Духу, нині повсякчас, віки вічні.
Нехай буде Господь благословений, благословений на віки до віку. Нехай буде Господь благословений на віки до віку. Нехай буде Господь благословений на віки до віку.
Ти є освячення наше, Тобі славу воссилаємо, Отцю і Сину, і Святому Духу, нині повсякчас, віки вічні.
Амінь.
Слава Тобі, Христе Боже, надій наш, слава Тобі. Слава Отцю і
Сину і Святому Духові,
і нині повсякчас, віки вічні. Амінь. Господи, помилуй, Господи, помилуй, Господи, помилуй. Христос, істинний Бог наш, молитвам пречистив своє Матері Марії, і Отця нашого Іоанна Золотоустого, архієпископа Константинорада, і святих Петра і Павла, їх з храм, і всіх святих помилуй і спасе нас, яко була і чоловіко любе. under one species, because I don't think it's just proper to take my spoon and try to put it in your mouth. Yet, if things improve on our situation here, we'll be able to do that at ASAP. But you receive Holy Communion under one species during the current period of struggling here with this virus. And you can leave the cups in the pew. We pick them up after church and deal with this. Just leave the empty cups in the pew for it. Dobre?